Wow, we both went with the silent scream tonight. I like it.
We
That's
did,
nice.
we did. You know what?
That's nice.
I always forget though that unless I turn off the reduce mic background, you can't hear Stu.
No. Or you have to do it further away. Don't like bring it right up to the mic and then we can hear it.
Oh, does that work too? I
Yeah.
never tried that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to you, sharing tech knowledge over there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a pro now. I've been taking over the show, so
Pretty much a pro now.
It's my channel, it's my show, and I'm the IT guy. So
very nice. Rizek says very nice.
Right. So what's new?
I'm just packaging an order.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, right. What's an order?
It's funny because sometimes I'll come upstairs and Brie will say to me, "Oh, are you done with your orders?" And I'm like, "No, there's like 5 more in there." Because like while I'm packing orders, I'm getting orders. So it's
right.
I've never had it. I shouldn't say never, but it's been a super, super, super long time since I've been like, "Congratulations, you're all caught up. No orders to fill." It's a good problem to have, but yeah.
That's like a running joke in our house is like the boys or Jenny will come down to help me pack some things while I'm working on something else, or they'll pull the cards usually, and then they'll get done and hand me a stack, and I'll be like, "Why didn't you get all of them?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" And I refresh the screen, and I'm like, "There's 5 more."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, that's really what you want, right? Especially if you're going to start calculating it like how much you make an hour or something like that. You can't have dead time where you don't have something
it's
selling. But yeah, for sure.
Well, I didn't hear those 3 magic words yet.
Yo, YouTube. Welcome to the live show every Wednesday. Myself, the Dollar Box, Charlie with JC3 Cards and Collectibles, and a pen of goats. They're everywhere.
The goat pen.
The goat pen.
I gotta pull that out. I got some acetate cards and some more chips that I gotta scan, and the goat pen is still my best option for those.
Yeah, I did a little pack of like can't run it through the scanner cards today, so I had some Panini sticker cards. They're just not in the inventory system yet, so
yeah.
And these clearly Donruss ones, dude, these just do not scan. They just get stuck in the scanner.
Yeah.
So I pulled those, and then I like a bunch of minis. I had some Allen and Ginter stuff I tossed aside. With good old Livy there. Gotta have some Livy done.
Yeah.
And then the rest of from the sticker packs. Sticker packs are amazing. I think maybe we gave away our secret last year because I was able to buy them at pretty much every Target. This year it's been non-existent. I finally found some at a slightly more obscure location and picked them up. But yeah, they've been tough to get. I've seen the albums at a few places. Like GameStop had them. I think. Yeah, the GameStop in the mall had them. I think I saw them at one of the Walmarts or something too, but never any of the packets.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I did pull. I already pulled some out. I listed them this morning, and I already sold like 5 of them out of here.
Nice.
But I did get a numbered card, so it's pretty crazy. Out of a $1.59 pack, you can pull a card numbered to 149 out of it.
Was it numbered 8675309?
No, I would have kept it. Also, that's pretty high numbering. That would be a lot of stickers that they were pumping out.
That's like early 90s numbering.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else is new?
Oh man, just chugging along. The hand's healing up nice. Enjoying my new business rules here that I enacted at the new year, and it's working well for me. I'm feeling less stress. I feel like I've got less pressure on me to always be doing this or doing that, but yet I'm still getting the same sales. So I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, sales have been really good. I just keep listening until it's full, and then I stop listening. Switching to on Car Dealer Pro, switching to just the basic plan, the $10 rookie plan, and
Yeah.
just buying a chunk of listings, that's helped my anxiety.
Me
Because I
too,
was
actually.
yeah, because I would pay like monthly, and I'd be like, oh, I got these scans left, I got to get these in, or I waste them, and
Yeah. Yeah.
now I'm like, I get 500 scans, I'll use that like the first day or two, when it renews, and then I have like 5,000 scans just sitting there that I can use whenever I want. So
Right.
it makes it a lot less stressful for like time, and then also, if I want to pick stuff up, or if I just also like if I have a store that's full, I don't want to scan anything because I'm going to have to pay for the listing. So
Right.
then I avoid it, and I'm like, crap, I still had 500 scans left, and I don't have enough space in the store, so I can't use them. And then to top
Mhm.
it all off, I have 2 Car Dealer Pro accounts, so I got to use the scans for each one. Now the non-sport's not as big a deal. I can buy there's a lot of room in that store yet, but
Right.
um, I've been listing pretty heavily in there the last few days after buying that big non-sport lot. So that was
Yeah, I
a good
saw that.
pickup for a lot of reasons, just to try to bulk up a little bit. I think I had a lot of sales in there too, of course. So
Yeah.
par for the course. But I'm over 15,000 in there now. It seems like it's taking forever to climb that store up.
Yeah.
I just don't find as much, and then when I do, I list it and the stuff sells. So I just kind of
Yeah.
I only gain a little bit of a percentage here or there, month over month. So because I can't like run to the shop, the local card shop, and pick up non-sport cards. I can't,
Right.
even a lot of the shows we go to, I can't pick them up. We have certain dealers we get stuff from that. Thankfully, we have that. So I start looking more marketplace type stuff, and like people selling collections and things, and that's what I really want to get to a non-sport show. We still got to do
Yeah.
that.
I'm with you on that. We came close a couple times, and it just
Yeah.
hasn't worked out. But it's gonna work out sometime.
Yeah. I pick up a lot of non-sport at the national, but really outside of that, it's just kind of like little things here or there.
Yeah.
Or if I get the kick, I'll go on eBay and try to buy like a bunch of sets or something,
Yeah.
list some of that. But it trickles in so infrequently compared to sports that, you just sell it right back down. I can't fill the store.
Yeah, that was really the change from my year 1 national to my year 2 national. Was the focus what became, as I got more experience and realized the limited sourcing options for non-sport, it became, hey, the national is my big non-sport sourcing opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you could have probably the first year just taken the advice from someone and done that, but
Well, I
some
got non-sport the first year,
that's
but
true.
I
No,
also needed to check everything out being a first-time attendee.
I know. I'm just, playing devil's advocate. Yeah, it's kind of like the right place to buy non-sport because people aren't there to sell it. It's sort of their extras, or,
Yeah.
not
Mhm.
as in demand or whatever. And yeah, that's been good. But I'd love to go to like an actual non-sport show and just see what that looks like, see if the pricing is fair enough to get, bulk and make it worth it. I don't know. So we got to do that. That's going to be part of the plan for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, National Chicago this year, since we brought it up in July, at the end of July, in Chicago.
July
So
29th it starts. Yeah.
yeah, so we'll be starting to make some plans for that and get ready for that and having conversation. I think I updated the channel in the Discord to Chicago 2026.
Yeah, you did.
So we can start putting conversations and things on there. Where are you staying? What are you looking for? That kind of thing. Try to have a meetup, if anybody wants to um, try to get together, go get some dinner, get some drinks, something we would love to do that. That would be lots of fun. By the way, Discord's running across the bottom. If you're not on there, join. Lots of great conversation, lots of great sellers, positive community. Unless it's Charlie and I posting at each other in there, then it gets a little hostile. But
It's funny you just brought up the national, because we're essentially at that 6-month mark, almost
Right.
6 months to the day. Yeah.
Yeah, so it comes up pretty quick every year. I'm getting into tax season, so I have to bury myself in my hole for a while and deal with that garbage. So
Yep.
I kind of for the next month or two, that's really my free time outside of normal business activity. So it's kind of nice when you come out of that, you're really at the national countdown. So looking forward to that.
Since you brought up the national, I was doing my nightly check on some of our lodging options
Yeah.
to see if our first choices came back available, because I'm still holding out to see if they free up. But it looks like not yet.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'll probably have to pull the trigger sometime in the next month, I suppose.
Yeah, I wonder when the national will open up lodging,
Yeah.
the conference housing, because I'd like to try to grab a hotel too. I mean, we can always cancel something, if we change our minds or decide to do
Yeah.
something else, but I just like to get something reserved and then make a plan from there. I of course don't have a ticket yet either, so I should probably do that eventually.
Yeah, I didn't get mine yet either.
Yeah. I think I did mine in like March last year, I want to say. It was pretty late.
I did mine right away, and there really wasn't any need to.
Yeah. So, but I'm a chiseled veteran, and I kind of knew that, so I just didn't bother. I waited.
I mean, honestly,
Housing is the challenge.
Anytime in 2026 is fine, because that's the year I'm gonna, claim it in my expenses. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to talk taxes. We can wait a little while and do that further down the road, because that's unfun.
Yeah.
So we have our Super Bowl matchup. We've got the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Mhm.
Probably the two teams I would benefit from the least. So that's great. Stafford, I got some nice Stafford stuff. I really wanted, the Rams to go. I got some Cooper Cup stuff. I mean, I had some Drake May, but it's, pretty boring stuff.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, I watched that championship game. Like, he didn't really do anything. Like, they won, but not because of him. He's not as exciting.
Okay.
Or game manager type, which that's fine, but it's not necessarily fun that way.
Yeah, not anywhere near as fun as like a Brock Purdy.
Yeah, and then yeah, the team that sells like the worst in the league is the Seahawks, and here we go. They're in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Seahawks stuff just doesn't do a lot for me. And then Sam Darnold, like, nobody's really excited about that.
Yeah.
I have sold some Sam Darnold cards.
Oh, sure. Now's the time to exit that inventory for sure.
Yeah, so some of that is, has moved now, which is fine. Jackson Smith-Njigba, his stuff sells really well.
It's probably Sam Darnold stuff you picked up when he was with the Vikings.
I mean, it might have been. I don't know. I mean, some of it is like Prism Draft. Well, it wouldn't have been like single cards I would have picked up. It would have been from buying boxes or packs or something.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So it was just stuff I ripped, but that's the reason that, I hang on to that stuff. You never know when it'll come back around and somebody needs a Sam Darnold card. Well, I've got it. I did sell a card this week that was in my very first SKU bag, so that's always an exciting moment. Yep.
That's interesting, because we might talk about some of that old inventory tonight too.
Yeah, and that's why I like to bring that up. Actually, I think that card pull was on my last sales day video. I think it was on camera too. But anyway, yeah, I love it when that happens, when I see that December 2023 date. I don't always, I don't have the day memorized necessarily, but when I see that pop up in a sale, I'm like, ooh, that's one of my first couple bags that I did. And
sure, yeah,
because I don't have very much of that left. I mean, it's sold down, pretty far. I just have a few cards, but stuff still goes.
It does.
Yeah. All right. Should we do some chat, or should we start getting into topics?
Chat, say hello to get things started. First in, Boom Slang, yo.
What up?
And he says, "Happy Hump Day."
Hump day. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
What day
Guess
is
what?
it? What
What
day
day
is
is
it?
it? Hump day. I like those commercials. People got annoyed by them, and it made me like them more.
They made me laugh.
Yeah, I thought they were great. Who's a camel who was happy
Susie's
about
with
Hump
us
Day? I mean, come on.
From Down Under.
Hello. Yeah, Susie was just watching some of my other videos. I just got some comments on videos from her, so she must have this planned out pretty well. I'll go watch the videos Adam posted if there was any, and then jump in the live. So we're
There
happy
you
to
go.
have you. Glad you could be here.
Boom Swag says another nice hair day for Adam.
Yeah, well, that might be ending soon. I might be shaving my head in a sign of solidarity with someone close to me who's just been diagnosed with cancer. So we'll see.
Okay.
But um, even if that happens, I'll probably still have crazy hair. Like whatever's left, I'll just be like, yeah.
Are you gonna do just the mohawk strip leave?
I don't know. Maybe I think I'll shave the whole thing, but then as the hair starts coming in, I'm gonna get weird like I usually do, and
Of course.
like, oh, I'll just have some in the front, or I'll grow it long and put a ponytail. Like I don't know. Who knows? Life's short, dude. Why have the same hair? Like some people have the same haircut for like 70 years. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
I mean,
is your
some
life
people
that
like
damn boring? Like, go do something different. Shave it off sometimes, grow it out, make it long, do it short. I can't do that. I get too bored with
right,
stuff. I want to try all the things.
all the things.
Variety's the spice of life.
I hear you. I hear you. Dan's with us. What up, all? It's too cold to go out, so best time to be listing more cars.
Yeah, especially because they're selling. That's even better.
Yeah.
Sales been pretty good. We're going to start seeing within the next week or two, people will start filing their taxes and getting returns. So we'll see probably another boost from that too, which is fun.
Yes.
So if you got stuff to list and you got room to list it, do it.
Because you can't sell what?
I don't know. You tell me. You can't sell what you don't list. Yeah, when I was like, I need an exit phrase, right? So I got my yo, and I'm like, I need an exit phrase. And I kind of tripped on the, you can't sell what you don't list thing. And the longer I've been using that, the more I'm like, man, that's a really good phrase. Like it just hits the nail, I understand the argument of, well, just listing more doesn't get you more sales, but that's only true to some degree. Somebody with 20 listings is going to sell less cards than somebody with 5,000 listings, unless your listings are all trash.
You have to build a floor.
Yeah, we're talking quality listings here, okay? Not, whatever. But yeah, so get the listing done, get the sales out there, move that stuff, and this is the time of year to do it for sure.
Do it.
We're halfway through basketball. Football's coming to its biggest game of the year. College football just wrapped up. We got college basketball starting. Hockey is going. We've got Premier League is in its strong portion of its season with a World Cup coming up in a couple of months. Mm-hmm. Baseball pitchers and catchers report, I think, next week or 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
I think. So you're going to start, getting some buzz of that and seeing some trades and call ups and blah, blah, blah. So it's peak for sure.
It is. All right. Biscayne Kid is with us. What percentage of your sales are through the Collects app versus other platforms? I've just started selling on Collects, so I am just taking to gauge my expectations.
Yeah, it's a pretty small percentage for me. I would say 2%, maybe.
Okay.
It's pretty small. I do get sales on there. It is nice in the fact that their fees are really low. Yeah, it's $10 a month to have, the unlimited listings, but you get a $10 credit. So essentially it's free as long as you invest that money wisely. It's a terrible site to shop on. So
It's hard, yeah.
I know if I don't like the experience, my customers are probably not having the greatest experience. So I don't push it real hard. I mean, essentially the reason I list on Collects is because it's another platform. So why not? The fees are low and it doesn't take me any extra effort. It's just one more list it button when I list a batch. So but yeah, it's a very low percentage. I get, I have a few cards a week I send out of there. Probably do a couple $100 a month. Whatnot has been way, way bigger for me than Collects.
Yeah, and mine is flipped. So I do more Collects than Whatnot. But neither of them can touch eBay. I was just kind of looking at getting an idea of, I mean, today was not too bad. I probably, had a third of my sales on Collects, but I might go 2 days before I make another one on Collects.
Yeah.
Overall, I would say, just off the top of my head, it feels like 90% eBay, about 8% Collects, and about 2% Whatnot.
Yeah, no, you're pretty much nail on the head. I'm probably the exact opposite for Whatnot and Collects, which is kind of weird. I don't know why we're like that, but
Well, you have done some live shows and I have not. So
maybe. Yeah.
You were posting about how many followers does everybody have on Whatnot the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You have many more than me already. So you get a little more visibility out there, I think.
Yeah, it's possible. It'd be nice when you make a sale if they told you if the person was a follower or not.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And another thing that's kind of weird is like, I got a couple followers today on Whatnot, but no sales. So like you're following me, but you're not buying anything. Like, I don't know. It's sort of odd. But yeah, I definitely I have sales on Whatnot every day, multiple sales, and Collects it's a couple of days and then I'll have a sale or two and then a couple of days. When that credit drops, then I get more sales because it's mostly sellers just spending their money, which is fine.
Right.
Or their credit, I should say. I did get a little boost when I got featured on Collects.
Mm-hmm.
Got a few more orders there, got a couple more followers, things like that. So it's, something I'm building on. And like I said, it doesn't take me really any more time. And if something sells on there, great. It's one more card out the door. It's something I can delete out of eBay and create a new spot there to list something, which listings are at a premium on my store now. So yeah, but yeah, definitely small, less 2% or less.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the live selling is really where you seem to push the volume on Whatnot for sure.
Yeah.
Collects is interesting. You talk about people following you on Whatnot, but not buying anything. That makes me think of what I see in Collects all the time is tons of people like cards I list when they go up.
Same.
And then they don't buy. Like, why are they? What's the purpose of the like function? Like, I will save cards that I liked because I have an intent to buy them, but I get so many likes that I can't see that as what other people are doing.
I get the exact same thing there, and it doesn't really seem like it translates to orders, but
yeah.
I mean, whatever. If that's if that's what people want to do, and they're just trying to curate a set of liked cards, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the motivation is, but yeah. To me, those are just little bonus sales here and there, and it's fine. It adds a little bit of a boost to an already busy sales day with the eBay stores, and so why not? The other thing I like about it is it's unlimited listing, so I can just keep listing from both stores to one location, which is kind of nice.
For sure. All right. Boom Slang says, whatever happened to rain, sleet, snow, or hail, nothing will stop the U.S. mail, and no pickup for 2 days. And today he didn't stop because the neighbor's trash can was blocking the mailboxes.
Oh boy.
Well, that's fair. Why are there impediments in the way?
Yeah, I wouldn't drop your mail or pick up your mail either if you got crap in front of the box. Let's go. Yeah, I I don't mail anything from my home, so I can't relate to this. I take it to a box I know is going to be picked up at least twice a day. Fortunate where I live that's the thing. But yeah, you can't do that. You have to get this stuff mailed out. You have to make sure that if your carrier is not going to pick it up, you got to bring it somewhere then.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah, we were fortunate here. We didn't really miss any mail days due to weather. Obviously we had a federal holiday this past week, right?
Yep.
Was that this past week or the week before?
Last Monday.
Yeah. So days like that, I'll take it to the blue box just because I don't want things sitting around in my mailbox overnight and stuff like that. But normally I mail right from the house. And
I just have too much. I couldn't even fit it in the mailbox.
Sure, that's a good point. Yeah.
These are like my mail bins, basically. I have these blue bins. I got 3 of them stacked up. And like, especially after a weekend, all 3 of these are filled. There's no way I would put that in my mailbox. Plus, anybody can open your mailbox and reach in and take stuff. If I take it to the blue box, it's,
it's a federal crime, but they can.
Well, people don't care about crime anymore. They take packages off your porch when you have cameras. Like, no one gives a crap.
Yeah,
if they want your stuff.
They're not federally protected.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still a crime. People do it anyway. So I think it's just, my whole point in it is I try to, reduce the amount of risk as much as possible. So I just don't do it that way. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Put your mail in your mailbox. It's fine.
Well, you live in the hood too, so
yeah, okay. Yeah, Jordan Love is gonna steal my mail. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge thing, but think about it. If somebody was really like, regularly catching you like putting packages and stuff in your mailbox, I mean, somebody might be like, "Oh, I know what he does he just sticks these in the mailbox every day. I'll just take them."
Yeah.
You don't have cameras there. Like, how would you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Boomslang's probably like, "Hey, they haven't picked up my mail in 2 days." Well, maybe they did, and the mail wasn't in your mailbox.
Maybe.
I don't know. When I first started doing this, especially when I got to higher volume, I had some issues with different things with the mail, and that was way more of a pain in the butt than just like doing it the right way and taking it to the right place. And now I have like 0 issues. So it was a no-brainer for me to adjust a few things to alleviate all those headaches.
Sure. All right. Susie's only talking in emojis tonight.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Don't read whatever that other comment is. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one we got to take out.
There is a card show 25 minutes away from me, and it has a wild card logo on the advertisement. I'm intrigued. Of course you are, Dan.
I think that's called target marketing. My guess is they have like a program that adjusts it to whatever your interests are. So it had to throw a wild card logo on it for you, Dan. That's the only thing that made sense.
Where's your chip, Dan? Let's see your wild card buyer's chip.
He doesn't have it anymore. That ship has sailed. He's already bought boxes. We know it.
Max is here. The conference housing was open before they released tickets. Yep. Unfortunately, nothing close was really ever available. Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, I know, Adam, you had your favorite connected to the Stevens Center there, and that never seems to be available in the housing anymore.
No, I'm pretty sure they'll open a block at some point, and they just haven't done it yet. That's my assumption, and that's why we're making other plans, because we can't count on that. Yeah. But yeah, I could potentially book the rooms outside of conference housing and just do it as a World Hyatt member, but it's a lot more expensive, and I don't know that I want to do that. So I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know that it's a must.
No, we found a way around it last year. I actually really enjoyed where we stayed last year. I mean, it's a little bit of a pain when you're hauling some cards back and forth, but not the end of the universe.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like in Cleveland where you're freaking walking all the way out to your car. You know, we got great parking spots every day. It was pretty easy in and out, and you know, other than that very first day of just getting into the place, there was no, you know, conflicts at all, despite staying not on site.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
had no issue with it. Now, I had never stayed on site, so I didn't really have anything to compare it to or complain about, but I thought it was fine.
it's just nice because if you want to go back to the room, you can just do that, you know,
Yeah.
or you know, the people you're staying with want to leave right away and get down there in the morning, and you're like, nah, I don't have anything to do until 10 o'clock, so I'm going to hang around here, go down and get breakfast. Like, you
True.
just have, not that you couldn't do that anyway, because you could take an Uber or do whatever, but it's not quite as convenient, you know, and there's events at the hotel and people are hanging out in the lobby. And, you know, if you're into that kind of stuff, it's nice for that. And then just the park once, you don't have to drive or do any of that or pay for parking.
Right.
So there's some obvious, you know, conveniences and time savers to it, but no, it's not essential.
Not a deal breaker.
Not in Chicago anyway.
Yeah. And Max does say good evening.
Howdy, Max.
Has to say hello too. There's manners involved.
Yeah.
Susie says, "LOL, yep, it's hard to sell Seahawks."
Yeah, get them in a break once. It's super fun. The cards I got, I'm like, I don't even know who any of these guys are. It's crazy.
What is everybody's best-selling Seahawk? For me, it's probably Steve Largent.
Oh boy. Marshawn Lynch.
Okay. All right.
Would be my top. I sell some Steve Largent here and there too, but I don't buy a ton of it. It's not like a great mover. You know, there isn't a big profit margin in it, but I mean, he is one of the best receivers of all time. I just don't know that many people care. And Seahawks stuff just there isn't like a big collector market. I don't know. It's weird. They have a good fan base, but they just don't buy cards.
Yeah, I probably don't sell as much Marshawn Lynch because I don't find as much Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, I find a lot of his rookies in like quarter boxes and stuff. So I pick that up all the time. And those, you know, you can flip that. I found a Topps Chrome black refractor rookie of his in like a quarter box or a 50-cent box a while ago. And I think I got like $10 for that.
Oh, really?
Or $15 for that. Yeah. So,
yeah, actually, Daniel says, I bet Marshawn Lynch rookie cards are seeing an uptick right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly possible. Yeah. I mean, you think about like the history with that team, and they've had some good teams and some success. I mean, Russell Wilson is probably like on there somewhere, but he just doesn't have any market really. You know, and he won a Super Bowl there too, but
yeah, some of his off-field stuff kind of soured him on everybody. Kind of like, I hate to say it because they're clearly different paths, but I think of it almost like A-Rod in baseball. Take away the steroids. A-Rod was always kind of aloof and cocky with the fans and the media, and like, I'm the greatest player ever. And it just turned people off to him, right?
And he seemed always more interested in Russell Wilson. I guess you could make this argument for it too, but A-Rod always seemed more interested in like the celebrity side of things than he did anything else. And I mean, even to this day, that's kind of how he is.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun because I watch him, like, I don't know how he gets jobs, but he gets jobs. But I see him do like an interview, right? Like after a game or whatever. And you can just tell he's more interested in himself. Like, he's the star of the show asking the questions, and the person doing the interview is just along for the ride. And then I don't know, he's super annoying. I can't stand that guy. If I find decent A-Rod rookies or rare inserts or something, you know, in cheap boxes, I pick them up and I'll sell a few here and there, but not a big, and he'll never make the Hall of Fame, so that always holds it back too, of course.
Yeah, that's going to be a limiting factor. Yeah. Susie says JSN. I would agree. Like,
you know, his stuff has been selling really well
right now, but that again is not stuff I find a ton of. So that's limits my sales of JSN.
Yeah. I bought a bunch of rookie stuff of his over the last year or two, like parallels and um like prisms and stuff like that, and that's all been going pretty well the last couple of weeks.
Was just looking to see how much I still have left of his. Trying to remember, where's the hyphen? Is it between Jackson and Smith or Smith and Jigba?
I think it's Smith Najigba.
I think so too. Yeah, I might be all sold out of his stuff. Actually, I sold one. I listed one the other night and it sold right away. I just don't have enough of it to keep selling it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not somebody you look for in digs and stuff, but yeah,
I did when it came out, and that first year was relatively quiet for me, and I stopped seeking him out. And now he had a career year. I mean, what is it? His third year now?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he plays for Seattle. So it's you don't have that bump of, well, he's a Cowboy, or well, he's a Packer, or he's a 49er, something that gives it some added boost, has to put some juice behind it. But yeah, yeah, he's about like the only modern guy that I really buy. I don't buy any Sam Darnold or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Dan says JSN as well as his best moving Seahawk.
Who is?
JSN.
Oh,
Jackson
yeah.
Smith and Jigba. And I would agree, like in the last 3 months, for sure.
Yeah.
But if I look at like the whole time I've been doing this, then it would be Largent. I find him readily and I sell enough that it's somewhat consistent.
So I got a funny story about a Largent card.
Okay.
Those old top sets where they had like the 1,000-yard ones where they were like blue and they had like pillars on either side. They were like and they had the yellow ones for a couple of years where it was like 2,000-yard rushers and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I found a Largent one and I didn't think much of it. I don't know if it was in a lot or something I got in a dime box. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a card I would buy, so I'm guessing it came in with other stuff. And so I'm going through and I'm listing it, and I realize it doesn't look like the like regular listing, right? When I put it in Card Dealer Pro, it doesn't look the same as the one that the stock photo is.
Okay.
I'm like, well, why does mine have a signature on it? I'm like, because some of those years they did like facsimile signatures on cards and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, that's weird. It's got a signature. Well, I looked at it. It's a pen signature. So I don't know if it's authentic or not, but yeah, that card. But mine had a signature on it. If you look at sales, you might even be able to see mine.
Okay.
Because it was fairly recent. I'm pretty sure it's sold on eBay. Anyway, yeah. So
when you have 2 stores, it makes it tough to look your stuff up.
Well, not only
one.
No, it would be in the sports store. It would be in the sports store for sure.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'm like, this is autographed. I don't know if it's authentic or not. Like, I don't really care. I just sold it as a like hand signed, unauthenticated card or whatever.
Sure.
But I got a buyer pretty quick on it for like $20. So yeah, don't see that a lot in boxes. Steve Largent autographs, pretty random.
Yeah. How long ago did you sell it?
Oh gosh, within the month.
In the month, huh?
Yeah, I can't really look at my. Well, here.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Yeah, you. Oh, there it is. I see it.
With the auto.
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. There it is, right there.
That's the one. Yeah, 1999. Yeah.
Got it.
Isn't that wild?
That is cool. Especially, and
it's probably a good deal if it's real. It's probably a good deal for somebody, but you just can't. I'm not going to ask much more than that when I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, they would have to send it in for authentication.
And I'm sure somebody thought of that. They were like, "Yeah, what the hell? For $20, I'll take the chance. If it's real, it's probably a $50 card or something." I don't know what his auto's worth. It's obviously hand signed. It's not a pack pulled auto, so
yeah,
you don't have that value. But it's a nice looking card with the auto on it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. You mentioned Steve Largent. I'm like, oh yeah, I had that really weird card that I pulled out of. I don't know. It might have been some big box of dealer box that I bought out or something. And it was
That
just in it.
really weird hand-signed auto of a Hall of Famer.
It does seem like sketchy as hell, right? I just sold a. Speaking of hand signed autos, I just sold a Gravedigger Packer Police auto
Gilbert
tonight.
Brown.
Yeah, I bought. I don't know. Again, that was some box buy that I made, and there was a bunch of hand signed Packer cards in it. It might have been the Packer Police lot that I bought. Anyway, so one of his was in there autoed, and I sold that tonight for $9, I think. So,
So I just sold a really fun card that totally distracted me. I have to show this because it's so
sure.
fun. What did you do, Ray?
Yeah. Those is that Cryptozoic, I think those are? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a really cool set to buy because it's from Ghostbusters 1.
Yeah.
So what people don't realize is, yeah, in the 80s they made cards for every movie and stuff. Well, there were only cards for Ghostbusters 2, not Ghostbusters 1. So that Cryptozoic set is like rookie cards for Ghostbusters, if you will. There's some nice designs, some cool inserts. Right. But it's the only cards from that movie.
Right.
And that's obviously the most popular movie of the franchise. The franchise is still doing well, so you still have that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's the movie with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and the introduction to Slimer, and the original cast, all that stuff. So yeah, when I come across that set, I like to pick those up when I can. They're pretty cool. There isn't a giant resale value to them, but they go, they move.
Like that was $1.99 card. So,
right.
Yeah. But fun. That's the joy of non-sport sometimes, is just it puts a smile on your face just pulling it out and shipping it.
Yeah, I mean, non-sport stuff is the best because it just gets so unique versus when we just talked about a Hall of Fame player. Well, every year he just has a Topps card, and it's just kind of repetitive and not that. It's another one of him running down the field like this. It's so yeah, the non-sport just has a lot more availability to go outside that box.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Susie says, "Good day. Watch the vids all the time."
I know you do. I appreciate you. I'm trying to put more out, so we're gonna do our best to keep that train on tracks. But at some point here, I'm gonna have to bail out for a little while. I do taxes for a couple different people in my family, and then I have the business, and I got a little bit of reporting to do for the card show, and so it's just I have to. That stuff obviously has to have some priority in there.
Yeah.
And that's gonna most likely the thing I can trade in time for that would be video time.
Makes sense.
But I'll still try to make one, every week or so, and then try to get back onto a couple a week after that.
Okay. Jay-Z is here. He says, "Crazy Hair Adam is back. What's up, boys?"
What's up? Did you see there's a new Budweiser Clydesdale commercial that's going to be in the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't hear that.
So it's this young calf horse. Then that all they show for like the teaser is like the doors open, and it's this bright light on the outside of it, and you see this little calf kind of stumble into the barn.
Yeah.
Is it a calf? Is that what you call a pony?
I think
pony.
It's a colt.
Colt. It's a colt,
No,
right?
Foal. FOAL.
Oh, really? I never heard that word before. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, this young horse wanders into this bar. I mean, it sounds like a bad joke now that I say it that way. This young horse wanders into a bar. Yeah, I'm excited about that. That should be fun. I don't think full, of course. Somebody else knows. That's good. But yeah, so we're starting to see some like sneak peek stuff of the Super Bowl commercials, and that's a fun part of it for me.
Here you go. It's kind of small, but a foal is a young horse, donkey, or zebra, typically under 1 year old.
Well, what's a pony? Isn't that a young horse?
A pony is a little bit older.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I
So
didn't
it's
make
like
the rules.
it's like baby, then toddler, then that
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
like a stage of life. Okay.
Yeah.
I
There
suppose
you
they do
go.
live long enough that you could, like you couldn't really do that with a dog, right? It's a puppy and then it's an adult.
That's true.
I don't know.
Yep. All right, moving on.
Yeah,
Boom
enough of that.
Slang says, "When is your next whatnot, Adam?"
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't have time for that right now.
Book it.
What? Oh, book it.
Book it.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to get some more sales on there and get some stuff listed and get some extra followers on there so that when I go into a show, I can get better results. That's really the goal.
I got an idea for how you can get more sales on there. Book another show.
List it. Can't sell it if you don't list it. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that right now. But yeah, eventually it will be a more regular thing. That is the plan. Right now, I'm still working on the Shopify store too. So I've just about got my entire layout done that I want. Then I got to go back into Car Dealer Pro and get all the listings and send them and,
Sure.
Figure out what doesn't work with that because I'm sure it's not going to go perfect. And then,
No.
figure out how to launch that as well.
All right. Jay-Z says, "Hate buying on Collects as most of the time I get a message from the seller saying the card is already sold."
Yeah, you probably got one from me. Yeah, it's a huge pain. Or I find cards I like and I go in there to check out and then it says the seller doesn't have his address in here yet, so you can't buy anything. And like they don't police it very well. It's kind of wild west. I got a fraudulent message on Collects the other day, like
really?
from Collects. Yeah, I posted it in the Discord. It said it was from Collects and I had to go update my bank account information or they weren't going to pay me and all that kind of stuff, which of course, I didn't do any of that. I catch the fish stuff, but I put it on there because I wanted everybody to know. So it's like, geez, even on here, like now I'm getting that kind of stuff. They got a better. No, as soon as I went back to like look at the profile of who sent it and all that, then it was like blocked, right? So Collects, and I did report it to Collects too, but Collects took care of it pretty quickly. But it was like, man, the fact that it even got through, and you could potentially have a customer, get their bank accounts breached and stuff like,
Right.
yeah. So pretty wild.
Daniel says, "For a while they had a shortage of Cliff Clavins. They were skipping days and rotating routes because they didn't have enough mail carriers."
Oh, yeah, that would do it. Everybody's short.
Says he thinks Quick Trip Associates make the same as mail carriers these days. USPS is on life support unless you have tenure.
Yeah, because the benefits package is definitely not as good. The pension isn't as good, so yeah, I think a lot of people go away from that employment. And being a mail carrier is kind of a pain in the butt. Like it's actual work where most people don't want to do actual work nowadays. I don't. So it's not the, like favorite career choice. Like at one time I was like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a mailman. I don't really know that many kids that want to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll probably have automated delivery at some point. It'll just be self-driving cars and, all those things I'm sure will happen at some point with where they can just reduce the labor anyway, but we're not there quite yet.
Yep.
Actually, I still envision one day of like Amazon delivering the mail or something like that. So we'll see. Because they already go to your house every day to bring packages anyway.
That's true. Andrew is here and he says, "Good evening, guys. Maybe you mentioned this in the past, but have you considered having athletes signing at your GOAT show?"
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it loosely a few times. It hasn't come up recently, but I don't know that I really want to do that. I mean, I want people to come in for the cards and stuff. We're not like promoting the Packers per se. I mean, other than the fact that we live in Green Bay. And that would probably be the signer we will get would be a Packer player. The ones that are still around here, but they're just so expensive now. Autographs are you used to be able to get a player and you'd say, oh, well, you can charge $10 an autograph or whatever, and they'll just do that. Well, now they want like an upfront fee and, all this other stuff in case they don't, which is smart on their part, because in case you don't have enough people asking for autographs, you still get paid. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe somewhere down the road, because we're always looking to add some things and, build the show as time goes on. But right now it's not really in our sights. I could go ask
Yeah.
Jordan Love. I mean, he's not home right now, but when he gets back after the off season, I'll catch him when he's outside working on his lawn or something and see if he wants to come sign some autos. And then, yeah, and then after he calls the police on me, I just won't talk to him ever again, even though he's my neighbor. It won't be weird at all. Yeah, I don't know. I see it at like some other like small events around here, Collectorabilia Con and stuff like that, but there isn't much interest in it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Unless you get like a really big name and that would just cost you a fortune.
Yeah, that's the thing. The economics of it make it a difficult pull unless you're doing a really large show.
Now, we've had a Packer player set up at our show.
Sure.
As a dealer, not necessarily signing autographs. I mean, if he signs autographs, that's up to him, I guess. But so we'd always welcome, if a player was like, hey, I'd love to come and set up a table and sign some autographs. I'll charge $10 an autograph or something. If you guys want to throw me some space, I would love to do that. I'd be fine with that. But to have like a bigger upfront dollar commitment to that, I'm not that interested in that.
I might have a couple former offensive linemen I know that might come in sometime.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a small town with a professional team, so they, you'll see them around town. They'll pop into different events and things, and I don't know. I was up in Door County and I saw Mark Murphy because he lives up there permanently now.
Okay.
And I saw him at Walmart. So, I mean, even slightly out of town, it's like you see these guys. I used to go to the gym every week with, not with, but he was there at the same time I was there. I'm an early riser, so he was there at like 4 a.m. But Johnny, what's his name? Johnny Gray. Johnny Gray was at my gym. He lived like up down the street in my neighborhood in another town, in De Pere, and I would see him at the gym, 4 a.m. every Saturday. Hey Johnny, how's it going? Doing good, and
yeah.
So yeah, it's not as weird because we're not like a big city or anything.
Yeah, and like, coaching in the community, I've coached at 3 different schools in the community, and over time, like Harry Sidney had a grandson that was playing, and he'd come out to the games. Mike McCarthy would come out to the games when we were playing Notre Dame and stuff because his kids went there. So you do see him around all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Driver lived close to me too, so I would see him all the time. Yeah. With his wife and kids, shopping and stuff, and
Double D.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as special as you'd think it is because these are like just regular humans to most of us who live here.
Plus, Donald Driver goes around startling people at Quick Trips too.
Does he? Is that his thing? He like spooks people?
You haven't seen those commercials?
No.
It's like the buckle up seatbelt commercials, and
yeah.
Speaker at like a gas station or something like that.
Yes, now I know what you're talking about. Yes, yeah, that is. But that's paid advertisements. The dude's getting juice for that. So
yeah.
I don't really see a lot of like autograph setup things unless there was some other kind of arrangement going forward.
Yeah.
Personally.
Boomslang says they had like 8 inches of snow, and his town takes 24 hours to plow the back roads in town. Main streets are first. So that was the excuse for 2 days. By the way, I cleared out the snow from the box.
There you go. I have a plow service. I don't worry about that. We actually didn't get that much snow recently. No. That was in the past. We just get the extreme cold right now.
Yeah. Still in the single digits and negative teens with the wind chill.
Yeah. So, but our our postal people are still coming by every day. It's, this isn't new where we live, so it just
Susie's
you just
probably
deal with
like,
it.
"What? Those aren't real temperature numbers."
Yeah. Well, and she's in Australia, so it's the exact opposite weather. It's, probably like 80 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit there.
Yep. Speaking of Susie, she says, "I can't believe Adam got that box of cards at 2 to 4 cents a card."
Yeah, it was somebody actually sent me the listing, and I was like, "Oh, okay," because you see card listings are on there all the time, and it's always
Yeah.
junk. I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll take a look." Well, this was way out of town too. It was like an hour and a half out of town. So it's kind of working with the guy. I'm like, I don't really want to ship. It's pain, and I don't know what's in it, and condition, blah blah blah. And then, ironically enough, I just stumbled across a friend who was heading that way to pick up a Magic collection. Ironically, like 15 minutes from there. And I'm
Okay.
like, hey, if I give you the money, will you stop by and pick up my cards? He's like, yeah, sure. So then I was like, well, man, now I'm kind of committed. I got to try, I hope this thing would work. So I started digging into it a little bit more, asked for a couple more photos, and it just seemed like there was solid value there. I wasn't expecting a Tony Hawk rookie. That was kind of blew me out of the water. But the non-sport stuff was solid. There's a bunch of like Masters of the Universe non-sport and Knight Rider, and those are hard cards to find in great shape too, all in perfect shape. And you can tell it was like somebody was trying to collect the sets because they're in numerical order. There isn't a lot of duplicates. Yeah, which is what I want. That's like ideal. So, with the new He-Man movie coming out, I made sure I got the Masters of the Universe stuff up right away, and all the first year WWF, that 1985 Topps WWF set, those are like basically rookie cards for all the wrestlers because there weren't cards before that.
Mhm.
So I got some WCW in there. I got some animated anime basketball for the Fanimation cards. So I got some Jordans, some Larry Birds. So, so for buying a big non-sport lot, there was some decent sport stuff in there, which that was kind of cool.
It often happens, yeah.
Yeah, there was some other good Sports Illustrated for Kids rookies in there, but yeah, out of the non-sport, lots of great Marvel, lots of Flair and like early Flair and masterpieces, Marvel masterpieces. Not really Chrome cards and things like that, but that's kind of not what I want. Like that's modern stuff. So I really like the fact that it was a lot of like 80s stuff, and 90s Marvel is great. That's the first year of Marvel cards is those early 90s. So I found some promo cards. I found some like kind of unique Pokemon cards in there that were like, serial inserts, serial box inserts or promo cards for the movies. And so, yeah, I was rather pleased with what I got. And I need non-sport to list. So that's good too. It's going to give me 2 big boxes of cards that I can just kind of work through. And always have stuff to list in the non-sport store.
Yeah.
Because I think I even told you, I think even on the show last week, I mentioned it that, hey, I had listed a couple of sports packs in my non-sport store because I had listings left over and I didn't have any non-sport really to list that I wanted to list. I mean, I always have like I bought all the sets of Empire Strikes Back and stuff like that, but how many copies of each one of those cards do I really want to list,
Yeah.
I want some of that to sell through before I put more on. So
Sure. Yeah.
yeah, that was great. I'm gonna keep my eye out. I'm gonna try to buy more of that stuff. That's definitely a goal.
There you go. Max says we're talking about the national lodging here. Says the attached hotels are 100% essential for him. He'll pay $300 to $400 a night for the week if he has to. That's how important they are to him.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it is, then yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do.
Yep.
It is nice, from some aspects of it, but for me, it's definitely not essential. I can take my 2 or 3 5,000 count boxes and carry them out. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just bring the empty boxes and they sit in the hotel, and then I just bring stuff back each day and I fill them up. So it's not necessarily like 3 5,000 count boxes I'm getting at one time. It's a little bit of a different pickup pace, I guess. Or whereas maybe you're buying like 50,000 bulk in one shot and you gotta haul them out of there like that. Yeah, that would
That's a
be.
good point.
Yeah, yeah. And while I have physical capacity to do things and not have to be connected, great. At some point, I'm going to be like, yeah, I can't do that.
That's also a good point.
Yeah. So, and I got Ethan. Ethan's a young buck. He'll help us carry stuff because he's not buying the volume we are. So we kind of all make it work together. It was nice
We do.
from the aspect of being offsite. What I liked the most was it was easy for us to just hop in our car in the parking lot and drive down to Portillo's, or that's
Yeah.
harder to do when you stay at the Connected Hotel because it's harder in and out and you're right in the city. So anywhere you go, you got to pay for more parking and driving sucks and all that kind of thing. Yeah, you can hop Ubers or order delivery or whatever, but it was kind of nice to be able to just like get out and go sit at a restaurant and chill and get something to eat and not be in the downtown. We were only 12 minutes out, 15 minutes out max. I mean,
Yeah, like
it was
15 minutes. Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't
So
bad at all.
it's pretty easy to come in the day. It was pretty easy to go out in the day. So anyway,
I would list a couple cards on the drive in and the drive home, and that was it.
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like some of those shady hilly roads we did in Cleveland where we almost got taken out by the
Oh my
UPS
God,
driver.
yeah.
It's pretty easy drive, even though it's Chicago, big city. It was pretty easy in and out. It wasn't,
It was, yeah. And Max says A-Rod, he's probably the best baseball analyst out there right now.
I mean, I don't want to listen to him. Him and Joe Buck, like, I don't have any love for either of those dudes. No, I don't really watch live sports, so it's just what I catch here and there. But yeah, I don't care. I don't really care for A-Rod, personally.
I miss Matt Vasgersian. He used to be with the Milwaukee broadcast team, and now I think he's out in San Diego or something. But
sure,
and he does some national games too. But I thought he was really good. None of them live up to the old time legends, the Vin Scullys, the Bob Ukers, the
Bob Uecker was awesome.
Harry Careys.
Yeah, Harry Carey.
They just don't make them that way anymore.
No.
Yeah.
What about Joe Morgan? Do you like Joe Morgan? I think he's pretty good.
He's okay. I don't dislike him. But I only hear him. Well, wait, there's two Joe Morgans, right? There's the player and there's the announcer, because the player does some color commentary on like Sunday Night Baseball too.
Yeah, I think I'm talking about the announcer though.
Yeah.
He does a lot of games with Joe Buck, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I know I like the teams on Sunday Night Baseball, but they're not voices I'm going to be imagining in my head in another 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I can read a box score right now and hear Vin Scully in my head calling the game,
And I can hear Harry Carey. As a Cubs fan, I listen to a lot of Harry Carey. I mean, he got weird towards the end, like if you say Garcia Parra backwards, it's Arasapa Kipu, and we're like, okay. So
Will Ferrell gave him new life by doing the caricature.
Yes, Will Ferrell was and that was a tribute. Will Ferrell did really care for him and stuff, but yeah, he was special for sure. And you're right, Vin Scully too, same thing. It was those. But I think it's just different now. People don't do sports the way they did it. It was like, on Tuesday Night Baseball, this you turn to this channel on your radio and you listen to the game, and it's not that easy anymore.
Yeah. And announcers just don't have to paint a picture of the game the way they used to. So even the radio guys, I think there's, to some extent, they assume that people are watching things on their phone too while they're listening or something, So. All right. And Max says 100% capital G word guarantee A-Rod makes the Hall of Fame in his lifetime.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. There's just too much controversy with the drugs, and he was such a
negativity.
And he was such a postseason flop. He never did anything in the postseason. He had great regular season numbers for sure, but he's just never really showed up in the postseason. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if he gets in, I don't really care. I don't have a horse in this race. If he gets in, that's fine. I don't think it's going to happen. If we don't see like Barry Bonds in and stuff, I don't know why A-Rod would get in.
What I would say is that he was a Hall of Fame talent, but I don't know that he'll get into the Hall of Fame because of the political nature of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably an accurate statement.
Yeah.
Because it still goes by voting, right? Like,
right.
It really doesn't matter, what his stats are, any of that. It really goes by like, are people going to vote him in? I don't think they will. There's a lot of people who don't like him, and that might be enough.
Players vote for the legends and stuff, yeah. But even there, I don't know that he made a lot of friends.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
I mean, he's eligible now.
Well, he's been eligible for a while.
Yeah, and so, you don't even hear his name in conversation.
He doesn't even get thrown on like possible ballot and stuff like. I mean, this year we just had Andrew Jones and who's the other one? I'm drawing a blank now. Beltran. I'm like, those guys got voted in before A-Rod. I don't know that he's gonna have much hope in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Andrew Jones wasn't any good or Carlos Beltran, but yeah, I mean, he's getting overlooked for a reason.
Right. And it's not his ability to hit a baseball or field a baseball.
Right.
Susie says Charbonnet has been hot for her recently from the
season. Yeah, I could see that. I don't really think I have much of his. I've got a couple of cards and I think I sold one or two, but I could see that. I could see him being popular right now, having hobby.
Yeah, I picked up a nice patch of his at either the GOAT show or the KI show after, and that sold right away.
Yeah.
She also says she loves Ghostbusters.
Heck yeah, who doesn't?
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Nope. And the new movies are fantastic.
Got to thank a viewer for this.
Nice. No goat?
No goat.
I like that.
What else we got here? Keith is here today. What's up, fellas? Do either of you guys have a full Card Dealer Pro how-to vid out? I've only tried mobile with CDP about a year ago.
I did one a while ago. Probably something I could refresh on. I just don't have time to commit to those kind of videos right now. There's a bunch of other videos out there. I mean, if you really want to see something, Card Dealer Pro has good like demo videos and stuff out too. That they made themselves you can access. We will be doing well, I guess we're not committing to that now. I was gonna say we were gonna be doing the like demos and stuff at our show, but I think we're going in a different direction for the next card show.
Yeah, I think we still will do it, just not the next show.
If you go to the National, Card Dealer Pros at the National, you can go and talk to those guys too. We did quite a bit at this last National, for good and for bad. I mean, I had issues, so that was part of the reason why, but very knowledgeable and like they want to make you successful with it. So I'm sure if you went to them and asked them for demos or kind of walk you through it and stuff on the desktop side, I'm sure they would be more than happy to help you. And I think they have a regular show they do too, right? Wasn't it like in Kentucky or something? Remember when he gave us like the cards, like the business card for the card show and stuff? So they have a card show that they're at all the time too, but I can't, drawing a blank on where it is. But if you're in that area, you could attend that too.
Keith, I was just checking. I've got a playlist on my channel called How To, and I've got 2 short demos of Card Dealer Pro, one with Pokemon and one with some 1976 SSPC baseball. I don't remember going into extreme detail, but I did post a couple of videos just going over it as I was listing some stuff.
Yeah, and I have my videos categorized too on this channel, the one you're watching right now.
Yeah.
And there is like a how-to or something section on there. I'm trying to remember what I called them. Let's see. Where do you go to see your playlists, right? It's on our playlist. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
have a instructional. I have a playlist called instructional. It's got 66 videos on there, so I guarantee you there's at least a few of me going through Car Dealer Pro, and I've done several like a day in the life of shows where it shows like this is what I do in the morning, and this is how I scan and list, and this is how I pack. So you're welcome to go, view any of that stuff too and see if you can get something out of it. But as far as like making a new video on how to use Car Dealer Pro, I kind of feel like I'm past that, and I don't, that's not a video I need to make. Since and what I mean by that is I already made one, and I don't think anything's really changed that much, other than now you can list the multiple sources and the managed inventory. But outside of that, it's process
that's a
is the
good
exact same.
point. When I made mine, let me see here. That was back in that was March of 2024. So almost 2 years we've been using Car Dealer Pro now, just a couple months away from a 2-year anniversary on that. So at that point they didn't have listing to whatnot and collects or the inventory system built out yet, so you won't see that in the videos, but you will see how to load your images in, how to match them, how to price them, how to set your SKUs, and then how to list to eBay. And I think at that point we were using just the CSV upload because they did not have the direct marketplace connection yet.
Correct. So the only difference there is instead of downloading the CSV file, you just go hit the list and hit the button. It's actually a lot easier. Yeah, it's easier now. So if you want to learn the long way to do it or the harder way to do it, that's in those videos.
Yeah. All right. So Dan's gonna do the joke for us. A fool walks into a bar. Let me guess the punchline. Why the long face?
Yeah, there you go.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Why won't you serve me? Well, because you're a horse. Oh, why the long face? Yeah, something to that effect. I don't know. Yeah.
Max says that ship sailed long before he was in diapers of wanting to be a mailman.
Yeah, I mean, there was a thing that was like a thing for a long time because it was it's government job and you get these great benefits and it's touted as like a thing like that. But yeah, that's pretty dead, I would say.
Yeah. Max wants to know if we're going to a show this weekend. Eau Claire and Milwaukee 3 Dares. Yeah, I saw Milwaukee had the Wisconsin card show. I won't be going. You know what I'm really happy about this past week, Adam, is I have a 4-row box here that was full when we did the show last week, and I'm just about done going through it.
Yeah.
Because of all my new inventory sorting rules and stuff like that. Like, I am so at peace with myself going through that stuff now. And I'm seeing big dents come out of my back stock now. So, I don't have to go out and get a big purchase yet. I might not have to until the National, to be honest. I mean, granted, I'd buy something at every show, but I don't need to get boxes of stuff.
Yeah, I probably won't do, unless it's non-sport, that'd be the exception. But I probably won't be doing any bigger buys till the GOAT show. I always have dealers there I want to buy from. So definitely we'll be buying at our show in March. And then, I'll probably sit on some of that until the National. I have a, bunch of 5-row, 4-row boxes that I've got kind of as my working, scan it in. And you're right. When it feels great, when I empty one of those, it goes in my fireplace and it's done. And I move on. So unless the box is in really good shape, then I'll reuse it. But a lot of those, when you're buying like the stuff I bought on Facebook Marketplace, the box is barely holding it together. So that's just going to be firewood for me when I'm done. And it's nice. It's nice to move. I just emptied. It's not a 4-row, but it's two rows. I just emptied these two this week, so these are in good shape. So I'm going to hang on to these because what I'll probably do with these, Charlie, is I'll put kids packs in them for us to give away at our show, and then it's a little easier to like move these around, with the table rather than a 4-row or a 5-row.
Sure.
So I'll just have like pre-packed packs that I'll put into these, and then I'll throw them upstairs in our card show supply stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to empty one too. But I do like to buy. Buying is super fun.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
Almost as much as ripping packs.
I have zero addiction to ripping packs.
I don't know about zero. You still rip some packs.
I do it, but I do it as like an entertainment thing, or sometimes. Well, so like the sticker pack.
I get it. You can stop anytime you want.
Yeah, of course, because I barely ever do it. But like the sticker packs, you don't find these in boxes, and they're $1.50 a pack or whatever. So it's more.
Yeah.
It's more for that sort of. And honestly, a lot of this, if I do buy packs or anything now, it's like it's non-sport, like Chrome Marvel and things like that, because I don't see that a lot in boxes, and it's I'm just trying to consistently build the non-sport stuff. So.
Yep. Lions Cards is here. Yo. Should not finish due to legal reasons.
Yeah, I love it. That's beautiful. That is the correct answer. Appreciate you. Yeah, you can be a yo-yo. That's fine. You be a yo-yo. You just can't be a yo-yo-yo. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate you being here.
Jay-Z says, Adam, does eBay send the autograph to be authenticated since the auto was not by you? I have a similar situation where I have a Jim Kelly card that was signed, but afraid to list it if it comes back.
No, that is not how it works. You would have to send it in for authentication or grading or something like that yourself, and then you could sell it that way, which you'd get a premium if it got authenticated, obviously. Yeah. I don't do that. This is just flip stuff for me. I got the cards for 10 cents a piece or whatever it was. It was cheap. If it turns out the buyer buys it and they're like, oh no, this is fake, and they return it or whatever, fine, I'm out, the dime or whatever it was. So I just sell it and just put clearly in the listing, hand signed card, and not authenticated, something like that, so that the buyer knows like you're taking the chance on this by buying it, but you're getting it at a better price than an authenticated card. Now, if this was a big card, like let's say it was a Michael Jordan autograph, and I paid several $100 to $1,000 for it, yeah, I would definitely want it authenticated and
for sure,
to have something done before you sell it. But a Gilbert Brown auto card is not a stretch because we're in Green Bay. I used to get tons of those police cards signed myself when I was a kid by players, so it's not weird. The Steve Largent one's a little weird. It's not something I would ever see, but hey, it looked nice. The signature looked good. I looked at a couple other examples of authenticated autos of his, and I'm like, I'm gonna put it out there. Hand signed card, not authenticated. If you don't like it, don't buy it, right? So buyer beware type of thing. And the Steve Largent card that was sold like 2 months ago, and I got positive feedback, and they never returned it, so they were obviously happy with it. Same with the other because I had 2 Gilbert Brown autos. I sold another one a bit ago, and that one went through just fine too. Just be clear that it's not authenticated,
right?
And then obviously don't, like, if it's fake, don't list it. You don't want to sell something that for sure is fake. Then you got to pull it and just eat it, get rid of it, and just eat it. That you're gonna have a loss on that one. It's not real. I don't know how many faked Steve Largent autos there are out there. Right? It doesn't really seem like a thing. So I don't know. I just kind of listed it, and hey, somebody's probably going to grade it and authenticate it, and they're going to have an awesome Steve Largent auto card. So power to them.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully. I paid 10 cents for it. I got $20. I'm happy on my side. If they can, if they come out even better on it, in their PC or for a flip or whatever, great. Happy to be your middleman. What are you doing, Charlie? Are you doing your taxes while we're talking or what?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I'm getting all those deductions in order.
Well.
Lions Card says missed half of the conversation tonight, but that's all right. If you were to tell me that Drake May and Sam Darnold would be in this year's Super Bowl matchup at the start, I'd have checked you into a psych ward.
Yeah, I mean, it is refreshing to have a couple of, young quarterbacks that, weren't supposed to be there, kind of be there. I like that part. It's not, Kansas City and Philadelphia, matchup type of thing. But yeah, it wouldn't have been my ideal choices. But I think it'll be a fun game.
I mean, it's two competitive teams. Right. By the way, what I'm doing is I'm taking notes about our topics through the night that we talk about so that we can summarize it. But and I wasn't for a while, so I had to catch up on a bunch of topics. But I think I was just writing down, I think we expressed some shock at the two teams that are left. I think a lot of us beginning of the year would have not put money on those two teams.
No, I wouldn't have, for sure. I was kind of for AFC. I was really leaning towards Denver and the Bills. Yeah. I felt like those two teams, were like in a place where they could make it. They had enough ups. They have younger quarterbacks, but they weren't rookies, that kind of thing. And then on the NFC side, I was thinking the 49ers, because Brock Purdy's the man, by the way. I really didn't think the Eagles were going to get there. I don't know, it just didn't feel right this year for them. I don't know. I don't know who else I would have really thought on the NFC side.
I mean, just a few weeks ago when the playoffs started, my team and I all submitted our picks for the Super Bowl, and I wouldn't have ever guessed Seattle even just a few weeks ago.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. But that's the great thing about sports, right? You just never know who's going to get there.
Well, and defenses win titles, and they've got a pretty darn good one.
I mean, it's not the Legion of Boom, but
no, but you don't need much more than Sam Darnold. You don't need much more than Drake May because they have really good defenses that cover up, their young, not number one quarterback type talent. So that goes a long way for sure.
It does. Susie is not fond of our weather. She says, no, that's unbelievable cold.
Yeah, we're not fans. It's like you're not supposed to go outside cold. That's how cold it gets.
So at work, my boss and I were having a conversation today, and she was talking about a conversation at home about the cold, and just for funsies, she looked up the temperature in Antarctica the other day, and it was only like 5 degrees colder than we had.
That sounds right. Yeah.
And she says it's a lovely 26 degrees Celsius there, which is 78.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice, balmy, warm day.
I'm so jealous.
She also says, "Ooh, the basketball." I don't know what that was referring to. What did
I think
miss?
when I was talking about the Fanimation cards that it came I got in the box. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty surprised to see those too. I'm like, what, a non-sport box and there's Michael Jordan cards in here? It's super weird, but yeah. I don't find Jordan cards in basketball boxes. Why would I find it in a non-sport box? But right? It's kind of like the opposite is your best effect, right? So like I suspect when we go to a non-sport show, we'll find some decent deals on sports cards.
Yeah. I would think so. Yeah, because the way I look at it is non-sports buyers make box buys too that could have just anything in a person's collection in it.
For
Right?
sure.
And then they're like, I don't want this sports stuff.
Well,
That's not what I do.
I mean, it's pretty evidenced by what I just picked up. I mean, it's 8,000 non-sport cards, and the 30 sports cards that were in it was a Tony Hawk rookie and 2 Hulk Hogan rookies, a Hulk Hogan rookie sticker. Like, you know what I mean? That's like top-notch stuff, and they aren't even supposed to be in there. So yeah, it's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, fun buy.
Max says everything is a tax write-off.
It is. Yeah, I mean,
It can be.
but when you deduct expenses, you don't get all the money back. It's not one for one. So if I spend $2,000 on a hotel, I get $200 of that back. Let's just say for a random example. So it's still costing you.
And if you have so many deductions, you don't make money every year, they will let you know that you don't have a business, you have a hobby.
Yep. And then you can't file any deductions, yet you still have to report your income, because isn't that a scam?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do not want to report ever as a hobby.
Right.
You're going to lose your shirt.
Yep. Lions Card says, Adam, what is the plan when you fill the second eBay store?
Start a third store potentially. I'm kind of intrigued by TCG Player and how TCG sales go on there. So I would consider starting a store there and focusing more attention on accumulating TCG stuff. Pokemon, Magic, One Piece, whatever. So there's that. And then also the Shopify store. So I'm building my own sales website. Putting more into that as well. So that's kind of the future plan, but it's taken me a while to fill that second store. So I don't think I have any strong plans that are going to be, modified in the next couple of months. I'm going to have plenty of non-sport work to do first.
Okay. Is there any point in which you would consider an anchor store?
No.
None at all?
No.
Full day in hell?
It's not worth it. Not to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I can start another store. Having multiple stores it's not a big deal. It doesn't really.
So who would you say the anchor store is really best suited for?
Probably higher dollar items, because or somebody who needs more dedicated like eBay support for things, because that's really what you're gaining, is you're getting your own eBay support person. With that anchor store, you don't get very many more listings. You don't get discounts on your fees. It doesn't really benefit me anything to go from $60 a month to $300 a month. I think that's what it is, 300, right?
It's pricey, yeah.
Yeah, $299 or whatever. So for me, I'll start another store, and I'll start it as, a basic store. So I'm not paying the $60 a month even yet. And then as those numbers grow, I would, then up it to a $60 a month premium store. But the premium store is a heck of a deal, because you get 60,000 listings in this listing category. It's $60 a month, but in one of those months you get a coupon code for $50 for supplies.
Right.
So let's just say, for argument's sake, okay, 50 minus the 60, so you got $10 there. The other 2 months you're paying 60, so 120. So for $130, I have 3 months of stores I can pay for, versus $300 for 1 month on an anchor store, on a single anchor store. And there's no reason to have all the cards have to be listed in one store. If you have a store full of cards, you'll find buyers. You'll still get multi-card sales.
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense, if you're going to open an additional store, that it's got a purpose, versus the other 2 stores that you have. Like, to just open another store and put more sports cards in it, it's probably not the greatest idea. I mean, And I talked about this a little bit last week. There's been over like 3 trillion cards that have been produced in time. So to say like, oh, if I have a second store and I put 60,000 in it, I'm competing against myself. No, because they're not going to have the same inventory.
Yeah.
And you can take steps to ensure that that doesn't happen, just like I did, where I have one store that's sports and one store that's non-sports. They're not going to have the same inventory in it. Now, my sports store, I was just listing whatever, so there is non-sport in there that I'm selling, but I'm not relisting non-sport in there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I'm the newer non-sport that I'm listing, even if I had it in my other store, it's not going to be in there for long because once it sells, I'm not relisting any of that.
Okay.
It will go in the non-sport store. So I mean, yeah, I guess I don't have like a super, this is exactly what I'm going to do in the second store's filled plan yet because I'm a ways away from that. But I'll certainly be letting you guys know, what I plan to do, and you can all call me crazy or tell me what else I should do, which is fine. But if I got more cards to list, I'm going to find a place to list them. I'm going to create another store on the platform and I'll sell them. I'll just start doing lives and just sell everything on a live instead. I don't know. But right now, I got plenty of room to list in that non-sports store. The sports stuff is still selling fast, and I have plenty of cards to list. So I'll just keep, scanning chunks and putting those in there as well to keep that store full. And that's my main focus. And then the cross listing to Whatnot and Collects and Shopify, building out the Shopify.
All right.
Isn't that enough to work on? Do I need more?
It sounds like a lot.
It's enough. It's
Sounds
definitely
stressful.
enough. But having 2 stores, not a big deal. It really hasn't changed. I mean, other than the fact that I get more sales and my inventory is a little better organized, being split between the two, it really isn't that any, additional effort versus what I would do if I just had the one store. If you're comparing apples to apples, let's say I had all the inventory in one store and I was still making the same sales I'm making between the 2 stores, having it be in 2 instead of 1 doesn't really make it any more difficult.
Math doesn't work. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Max says, I'm not buying those numbers at the National, but 980,000 on Friday, though. Woo!
Jeez, that's a lot of cards. And I buy a lot of cards, and that's a lot of cards. 980,000. Woof. Yeah,
That's a lot of carrying.
I mean, good for you. That's awesome. If you can get them and move them and make them do something for you, that's great. To find that kind of quantity. I don't look for that many. If I saw a listing for 980,000 cards available, I'd be like, I'm turning the corner on that one real quick. I'll go find the guy who's got like 5,000 cards of stuff that makes sense for me, and I'll buy that instead.
Right.
So, and a big reason for that is I don't want to store 980,000 cards. So unless, I was going to flip them real quick, I don't want that kind of inventory.
You really avoided any kind of secondary storage so far, and you want to keep it that way.
Correct. Yeah, I do have my closet, which still has items in there from the other store that I run on Shopify, but that's selling down pretty consistently. And once that stuff's gone, that's going to be like my backup card storage.
Yeah.
And
but you don't have to rent like a storage unit or anything.
No, and I can fit a lot of cards in that closet. I could probably fit another, I don't know, probably 5, 10, 15, 20, probably 100,000 on each end of the closet. And then I have the whole backside that I could stack up 5 rows too. So, I mean, I could probably fit another 500,000 cards in there. If push came to shove, they would make it in there. But that'd be a lot of buying. And that would be cards that aren't listed. So they're just dead stock to me, death pile type stuff until I get to them to list them. So
sure.
The 40 or 50,000 I got now laying around in my office is plenty to work on.
Jay's Cards is here and says, "What's the name of your eBay store for sports cards, Adam? I found the one for the non-sports cards, but he's looking for the name of your sports side store."
Yeah, so it's the Dollar Box. My non-sport is Dollar Box 2, but you can also look at for my username, which is Minis and Stuff 2014. Is the username on my eBay sports store, or you can just simply scan this QR code. I'm going to hold this up to the screen here. You scan that sucker, it'll take you right to my store. That'd be
Is that
by
the
far the
same
best way to
QR
do it.
code that you have on the screen overlay now?
It should be, yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm on my phone, so I can't scan it. But if somebody wants to scan it and tell me where it takes you. I did do
Yeah,
it when I created it in here, and it took me to my store, but I don't know, since I placed it on the screen. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's see. See if it works for me. It keeps focusing on your face. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get it to work on mine, but it's got the StreamYard duck in it too.
It does, yeah, in the middle of it. So I don't know. I figured I'd try it, and I threw it on there,
You
but
got
yeah,
duck.
I guess I don't really know if it works. But anyway, this one definitely works. So you can scan the one I'm holding on the screen there, and that'll take you directly to my store. The other easy way to do it, I bought my own URL, so it's the dollarbox.shop. That would be the best way to go to my eBay store directly. And if you do it that way and you find some fun items to purchase, I would not have to pay any promotional fees. So that would also be nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boom Slang says, "Just sorted through a 3,200 count box and found some 2012 and 2013 My Little Pony cards and a couple hundred 1991 WCW cards and like 20 85 WWF cards."
Well, I would be interested in those items. So if it's something you're not looking to list, let me know what you'd want for it, and maybe we could work something out. Definitely the pony
Making
cards
deals.
for sure. Huh?
Making deals.
Huh?
So 2012 and 2013, would that be, what is it, Interplay or
Yeah.
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, Interplay, which is Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the Hasbro company. Correct.
And the new ones are Caillou.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Max says Joe Buck is the best too. 100% easily the best color guy.
Ugh, I don't like Joe Buck.
People are very passionate about Joe Buck one way or the other.
I think he would be good at commentary if he wasn't so biased. That's the part that I don't care for.
So is that because of the Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers football games that you feel that way?
No, I've seen that with other stuff too. He really favors like the big market teams and stuff like that. And I don't know. That's my perception of it. I mean, I don't know that's his intention or that's what's actually happening, but that's what it seems like when I watch it. So
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I'm just not a Joe Buck fan. That's fine.
And he says Joe Morgan was absolute trash. John Miller was awesome. Yeah, he's got a very unique voice that I think is memorable.
I don't know who that is.
San Francisco Giants now, he thinks. And didn't Sunday Night Baseball bring in like Jessica Mendoza in the last year or two now too?
Like I said, I don't really watch sports, so I don't have a whole lot of horse in this race. It's more just highlights and stuff, and I hear the voices on that, and then I'm like, I don't like this guy. Or
when you watch This Week in Baseball,
do I? Or
I was being sarcastic. When you watch This Week in Baseball,
oh, right.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah, absolutely. This Week in Baseball. Huh?
I still hear the music in my head.
Yeah. Well, it's like the old NFL Films videos, right? You know, down on the frozen tundra of Lambeau.
Right.
You know, you know, you had that kind of music in the back. Everything was shown in slow motion, and yeah, this is a different time of doing things for sure.
Let's see. Max says we can see that with Belichick not being a first ballot. voters should just get tossed at this point.
That one I would agree with you on. I doesn't make any sense to me why he's not in the Hall of Fame. That was an obvious one.
Yeah, that
But
surprised me when I saw that headline come across.
yeah. Now, I mean, I'm sure he'll get in, eventually, but yeah, he should have been a first ballot for sure.
Yeah. And he says if Pete Rose gets in the Hall, then A-Rod, Bonds, and Sosa and others like them will get in.
But see, I thought Bonds didn't have any eligibility anymore, right? Wasn't like this year his last year or something?
Maybe last year from the writers, and
Right.
then it goes to that players group.
Yeah, so you'd have to have like the alternate group or the players group or whatever vote him in. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but it does make it a little bit harder. I don't know if Pete Rose is going to get in, to be honest with you. I think they look at it like there's a lot of other eligible players, and why open that door? And I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. They didn't vote him in this year.
I think it gets more and more closer to a reality as the sports writers and players get older and the groups doing the selections turn over. You know what I mean? As people who age out that watched him play and remember the scandal and stuff like that, all of that's going to fade away, and all people are going to know is the all-time hit king.
Yeah, I mean that certainly could happen. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Now, if Pete Rose hadn't done what he did, would he be in the Hall of Fame? 100%.
Yes. Yes.
So it is obviously a political decision, if you want to call it that, or a criminal decision, whatever it is, offensive to the game decision. Because obviously his stats, his game accomplishments he would be an absolute first ballot, no brainer otherwise.
Yeah. Yep.
Same with Bonds. Sosa,
maybe not first ballot.
Yeah.
But I think he would definitely have been in eventually.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Cubs fan. I want to see Sosa in, but I don't know. We'll see.
Player, right?
Right.
Yeah. But not Jose Canseco.
No. A Jose Canseco bat. Tell me you didn't pay money for this thing. Remember what that's from?
I don't remember what that's from.
Ninja Turtles.
Ah, okay.
Remember? So it's when he first, is it Raphael? When Raphael, he's in his undercover, right? So he's got his trench coat and his hat on, and he first runs into Casey Jones.
Okay.
And Casey Jones has like the backpack with all the sports equipment in it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And so Raphael grabs the bat and he sees it's, Jose Canseco's issue bat, and he's, that's what he says to him. So
I do not remember that line.
Dude, you are overdue for a Ninja Turtles movie viewing.
It's been a while since I saw it.
For sure. It's a great movie. It was the first movie when I was a kid where I had to like stand in line for 2 hours outside the theater to get a ticket. Like, that sounds insane now, but that was like a thing for a long time.
Yeah. Isn't there a new one being made?
Probably. They're never going to stop with Turtles. It's a powerhouse.
Well, as long as it makes money, yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a cash grab type stuff. No, I did see the last animated one, which had like Ice Cube in it or something, played the bad guy voice in it. What was it called? Mutant something? I don't know. Very good. So they can do like some different type of projects with Ninja Turtles too and make some good production out of it. But it's just they struggle now with making the live action ones because those early 90s ones with with the guys in the suits and all that kind of thing, like that's just a tough
turtles that can talk anymore.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's a very rare breed.
All right. Designated Heckler is here. It says, love the new videos, Adam. I'd really enjoy a video starting after you pull the sales day cards. Want to see the process from pull bin to envelope and how you avoid errors matching to thermal printer labels.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. I do have some videos out there. My instructional videos do have me showing you kind of how I do it, and I didn't change it much since I've made that. But that could be a good video for to do as an updated one. Um, but I can kind of tell you a little bit up front. So I have my pull bins. I have my bins on the desk. So it's two different stores. So they're just all kind of together. And whatever happens to be on top is the first store that I work with when I'm packing. And then it's card saver envelope or top load envelope, depending on the value of the card. Multiple cards is, put them together and whatever envelope they end up in, the weight determines your postage, of course. But the biggest thing to avoid matching error matchup, I do my orders one by one. So I don't have those errors where I'm matching the label to the order. That just completely prevents that. So I do it order by order. I go into eBay and I put in the username of the next order I'm working on just to make sure they don't have additional orders that I can combine. And if that's the case, then then I pack them all up together and send them as one if it makes sense. If not, then that goes in a envelope in most cases, and I print the label, slap it on there, and move on to the next. Pretty simple.
Just like that.
Just like that. But
Susie says,
the thermal printer is an absolute must.
well, okay.
Stop,
All
Charlie.
Right. Now you struck a nerve. You really struck a nerve because I'll tell you what, we need stew now. I've had it with the Gios thermal printer.
Really?
The next thing I am buying is a better printer.
Oh, mine works perfect.
Won't be tomorrow, but I am tired of the crappy sensor in it and the extra labels that it kicks out.
See, and I never have that problem.
Of course you never have that problem, Adam.
I have once in a great while. So I'm on like a stack of like 5,000 labels, and this is how many have not printed. So 3 total. And usually what it is it grabs the extra end of the next label and it prints this little line. And that's the only reason it comes out. So I can still print on these.
These are all the extra labels just today that it kicked out.
I think you're doing something wrong.
And I've cleaned it. I've done everything.
Maybe it's your labels.
And then I did my research and it said you paid very little because they use very inexpensive parts and it's crap. That's what I said.
Yeah, you might want to try some different labels or something that might get it to go.
Yeah, I probably need to get a UPS account and get free labels.
Yeah, mine was free, so there's that. I'm going to use it for as long as it works.
True. You get it free. Yeah.
But yeah, mine's been a workhorse. I haven't had any problems. But I know you had problems initially, like setting it up and like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the labels it does print are fine. It just tends to kick out an extra label after the printed one all the time.
Yeah. Sounds like you need an IT guy.
No, I need a better thermal label printer.
Oh, that's an option too.
You just get what you pay for sometimes.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I've had mine for 3 years now. 3 years-ish. And I've had no problems. I've tried all kinds of different labels in there too. I was using the UPS ones for a long time, and then using whatever generic best deal ones I can find on Amazon, and I haven't had problems with any of them. But yeah, out of a pack of like 1,000 labels, I might have like 3 that don't print. So not.
Yeah, I don't even put a bundle up on it anymore because it doesn't pay, because I end up having to adjust the feed all the time, and I want to put those single labels back in. So
sure,
it's gotten too annoying, and it doesn't fit in my systems anymore. So it's going to be an upgrade at some point.
I can tell you that what a lot of sellers will suggest is a Rollo printer, which is a lot more expensive. I think they're like $250 or $300.
Yeah,
and I've seen tons and tons and tons of videos where people are like, this thing sucks. It doesn't work. So, I mean, Anything that's a machine, you can certainly have a problem with.
That is
And
true.
I'm not here to do a commercial for Gios. I mean, like, I don't know anything about them. It's just the free printer I got. So,
Yeah.
Good value as far as cost. But yeah, if it's not working right, you're gonna have to do something else. But the one you bought originally didn't work for you either.
No, that one I couldn't even get to work from the get-go.
So I don't know, dude. You're just gonna collect thermal printers, I guess. I don't know.
That one worked. It just printed, like, if I remember right, the labels it printed were so faint. I couldn't imagine sending them out. They were so faint. So, and no matter what I did with the settings, didn't matter.
Yeah, well, good luck. Hopefully you find another one that works a little better.
Yeah. I'm not in any rush to do it, but it definitely moved to the top of my list that when I upgrade something next, it's going to be that.
Yeah.
All right, my rant is over.
Yeah, when you get to that, let us know what you get and how it works.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me you bought a $300 printer and you still have the same problems. That's what I want to hear.
That would suck. All right, Susie says, I love ripping packs, but it's getting so expensive. Yeah, and it's not a winning proposition either. Like, if you're ripping packs, it's just for the joy of ripping packs and trying to complete sets. Like, most of the time you're not getting your value out of it.
No, that's what totally turns me off to it. Like, I mean, I would say when I was a kid, like, I did everything by packs. I would never buy singles because the packs were all the fun. And you know what I really like buying, which is kind of like you don't know what you're going to get and there could be gems in it. And that's lots and collections and dealer boxes, right? So I just bought this big lot of this non-sport stuff and I found a Tony Hawk rookie in it. I'm not going to buy that, get that buying a pack of absolute football for $20 for a hanger pack or whatever. So, I think you can still get that like thrill and, adrenaline boost by buying things you don't know what's in it, but it doesn't have to be a pack.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like I like those little mystery packs that, we get at our show, right? From our non-sport dealer, Keith.
Yeah.
I love those things. It's like $30 for 40 Disney cards. I'm like, I can't go wrong with this, and then it's fun. And then we open it on the live and oh, look what I got. I got some Goofies, and that stuff sells too. So I know I'm gonna be able to sell it, but that I get the same thrill out of that as I do ripping a brand new wax pack. Now, am I gonna get a $3,000 downtown out of that pack versus buying a pack of Donruss? Sure, you have the opportunity to get that out of a pack of Donruss, but you're not going to get it. So
yeah.
So I don't look at it that I don't get fooled by the lottery ticket, view of it. It's the same people who sit at a machine in a casino all day long and pumping quarters. Like they're not there to just, provide your, a nice place to sit and your future wealth. They're there to make money. So, anyway.
The house always wins.
No, I'm not opposed. Anybody who wants to sit and rip packs all day long, as long as it's your disposable income you're spending it on, that's great. I don't have any problem with that. And I need people to rip packs because otherwise I can't get singles. So I'm in big support of ripping packs, just not me doing
it. As long as it's somebody else.
Right. And I don't buy into breaks for the same thing, the same reason. Like, yeah, I don't do that stuff.
Breaks are even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could get Seattle.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the one time I do a break, which was to help, one of our vendors, right? The first time they were doing live breaks, I'm like, yeah, I'll be a part of this and we'll advertise it and see what team I get. And yeah, I literally get the worst team out of the whole thing.
It's fun. There is that excitement that's there. But yeah, the value prop is tough.
Yeah.
All right. Lions Cards says, you mentioned Pokemon. That's been actually very good for me consistently. I bought a decent sized lot, like 1,000 cards, that has done very well for me so far. And I'm not done listing them yet. It was a mix of sports and Pokemon technically, and I found multiple that are worth 20 plus when I'm into it for like 30 cents a card. Actually posted one of those sales in Discord, didn't last long.
That's great. And that's what you got to do. Pokemon is definitely hot. If you can get in it and know what you're doing with it and make some money on it, absolutely. I mean, that's the right thing to do, right? You're getting $20 cards that you paid 30 cents for. Like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's, grandma's shoelaces. If you can get it for 30 cents and sell it for $20, you want to do that.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game. So if you're doing it with Pokemon, go for it. Keep it growing. Curious where you're listing them at. That would be my big thing, because I know TCG Player moves quite a few cards now. So I've been observing that site a little bit to kind of see what I want to do with TCG in the future. And I'm kind of leaning more to that than I am listing them on eBay.
Okay.
But you're a lister in a field of many listers, on there. So like, if the card has a listing, your listing goes on that. It's kind of like ComC. Okay. So let's say you've got, I don't know, we'll say this card here, this Uno Tank Dell card. When you want to sell this card on TCG Player, you look up this Tank Dell card, and then it has a listing, and you put your price on it, and then everybody who's selling that card is on there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's how ComC does it. And then you got to decide: do you want to undercut to get the sale, and do you want to charge shipping or not? All those other things then come into play.
Yeah, that's one of the tough decisions we have to go through as a seller is what platforms do we want to deal with? What's the best exit strategy for our particular inventory? Where do we get the best margins? What gives us the best ease of doing business? What has the best audience of buyers? That's a lot of the decision making we have to make every day.
Now, TCG Player does have a CSV uploading option too. You can so you could use Card Dealer Pro, I guess, technically, and then just use the CSV and upload it there. I'm hoping Card Dealer Pro continues to add on other platforms in there, because I would love to list some stuff on Mercari and all these other places, but I really want to do it from one spot. It just makes it so much easier. So we'll see.
Max is talking about the Super Bowl yet. Still don't want to put money on either of the teams, and they're the only ones left. Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean I find myself rooting for New England. I do like the Patriots, and I like the Drake May story. Seems like a good kid. So I'm leaning pretty heavy on their side.
Seattle's going to win.
All right. You heard it there, folks. Adam's taking Seattle. I'm taking the Patriots. What are we putting on the line for this?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yep.
Well, that takes a lot of joy out of it.
I don't really bet. So I don't.
All right.
I don't care enough to put money into it. I'd rather put my money into stuff I care about.
Nobody said it had to be money.
Well, what do you want to put into it?
I don't know. There's other commodities. A bag of peanuts.
I'm not giving up a bag of peanuts.
Oh, so you don't have confidence in your pick?
No. Of course not. I don't have confidence in your pick either. No one knows.
It's a coin flip.
No one knows. Yeah, of course it is.
All right. Nothing on the line then. Susie says, I thought it was going to be the Rams versus the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
That's what I was hoping for.
The Rams were going to be there.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. It was going to be Rams, Broncos, and then Broncos would pull it out. And I think the Broncos could have gotten there had Bo Nix not broke his ankle at the end of the game.
Right. Yeah.
They would have had a much better. Nothing against Jarrett Stidham, but that's a pretty cold quarterback to throw in that hasn't been playing, and expect him to win a championship game's tough spot.
Right.
And I thought he started the game okay, but man, as the weather got worse, they just kind of fell apart.
Yeah. Yeah, those were tough conditions too. So I
Mhm.
mean, it was literally a blizzard in that second half. So,
Yeah, I mean, you could barely even see what was going on the TV.
which
So
made it fun to watch the game for me.
it did.
I
Yeah,
love that as a
it's
fan.
like old school football. You know, I love
Yeah.
snow cards. Hopefully, they make some good cards out of that game because there's some good snow. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. Susie says the coldest it gets there in Australia is 2 degrees Celsius. So quite a bit different than what we get.
We get like -40. So
Yeah.
when you tell the people that who don't live here, they're like, "What is that? Like, how is that? Why is that a thing? Like, how do you even?"
Like the wind chill. Yeah.
Yeah, so you walk outside and your finger falls off? Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, I mean, you, it's all about the exposed skin. That's what it comes down to. If you don't let the skin touch the air, you don't feel the -40 because that's like the feel temperature.
Yeah.
So as long as you have gloves on, you got a scarf on, you got a mask on, a hat on, whatever, and you don't have skin touching the air, you could be okay for a while. I don't think you'd want to like live outside, but um, you can get through that weather for a little while. But you have any exposed skin, you're turning purple in a quick hurry.
Yeah. It gets painful after about 10-15 minutes if it's exposed.
Like 10-15 seconds. When you go outside and you go and your whole nose is frozen, like your boogers instantly freeze, that's my sign to be like, nope, I'm gonna turn around and go right back in. Whatever I was gonna do is not important.
Yeah, facial hair in icy winter conditions is interesting.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, you get the little frozen patches everywhere, and
yeah, just from breathing. The moisture,
right? Yeah, the
breath
moisture from your mouth. Yeah, it's not good. You don't really want to do it. So if you don't have -40 temps, don't search them out.
Yeah, it's different here. We're hardy people.
I eat extra tacos in the winter just in case.
Yes, you're trying to build up that brown fat.
Right.
I heard something I watched something the other day about Greenland, of course, because that's all in the news. And so I was just learning about Greenland a little bit. And the I don't know if I would say they're native to there because a lot of groups have come and gone in there.
Sure.
But there is a small group of people that have what's called brown fat, which actually generates heat versus, other lazy types of fat like we have.
So like a blubber almost, right?
Yeah, it's a genetic difference that they have a different metabolic makeup. So
interesting.
Kind of interesting.
Does Ozempic work on that?
I'm not doing this.
Does Ozempic take that away, or
probably? Yeah. GLP-1.
Yeah. Yeah. Fat guy talk. This is fun.
Designated Heckler has got a question. He says, "Hey, I've been meaning to ask, is the guitar at the beginning of the show one of you guys playing?" That's actually Stu playing. He's managed to make those hooves work on the strings. So
Charlie, you know how like we've become one at this point? Because I was literally gonna say it's Stu playing the guitar. So and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna jump in and say it was me, and then you're like, that's Stu playing, and I'm like, oh my god, that's what is wrong with us?
Yeah. We've been doing this a while now.
We have, yeah. We're prepared for anything you guys throw at us, so bring it on.
Good times. But yeah, Designated Heckler, that is a little something I threw together. My poor playing skills put that together for the intro.
I love it. I think it's great. When you first sent it to me, I'm like, we got to use that for the intro music. It's right on.
We had to shorten it up a little bit though. I had like a full 12-bar blues at first.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, this is only a 2-hour show.
Right. Yeah. If we started like on time, maybe we could do that. But yeah, it doesn't really fit in our busy schedule with being late. So I had to cut it down a little bit.
We are always late. That is the one thing you can count on.
I love it. It's my favorite. It's just like we have no idea what the menu is going to be at our card show, which, by the way, the next GOAT show is March 29th at the historic Riverside Ballroom in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We do not have a flyer to show you yet, as we do not have all the details, but we do know for sure that's the date, that's the location, and we'll be open from 9 till 2. So free parking, free admission. We do know that the charity, we're taking donations for the PACE program, which is Pulaski. It's an area that, is close to us where we live. And they're in dire need of food donations. So we'll be taking food donations in a drawing for a really, really awesome autographed item that we just can't announce yet. So, excuse me.
Yep, we look forward to seeing everybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic shows recently. Looking to keep that momentum going. Always good to see Max out there and our regular vendors come say hi to, some of the guys in the chat here that set up at tables.
And it's not just for sales. If you or for buying, I should say, on your side, on the customer side, the vendors are also buying. So if you have cards to sell, bring your cards to the show. All our vendors are A+. They will make you fair offers on anything that you have if they're interested. So that's a great way to get some of your stuff sold that maybe you don't want, but you can get a fair price for it. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Russell says, I have some sports cards that are a bit too tall for regular penny sleeves. We've all been there. And are too wide for the tall sleeves. Double ugh. Do you know of any penny sleeves that will work for these cards?
I don't use penny sleeves for those cards. I take a 4x6 top load, which I have one somewhere. It's back there. But I'd take like the 4x6, like the postcard size top loader, and I just put it right in there. I don't sleeve it. That's how I do it.
Okay.
You?
Oh man, I have a hard time not sending things in penny sleeves, and there's a lot of different sizes for what he's speaking of, right? Like Bowman's is one standard size. Sometimes I have police cards that are totally different size, but bigger than a normal penny sleeve. So I try whatever combination will work. Sometimes I'm lucky enough that they're narrow enough to fit in, and I can do kind of like a top and bottom sleeve to cover both.
I do that too.
Done that. Yeah. Sometimes I can make the wider ones work in like an oversized top sleeve and still do the hat and the pants, And sometimes I'll put them just into a card saver unsleeved if I have to. I hate to do it, but sometimes I just can't find anything that'll fit. So do I have a perfect solution to suggest? No, I don't. It's kind of trial and error when you get those. Here's what I would say. As I look at my systems and I gain more experience and look at what I sell and the effort that I put in to sell them, I find that I'm less and less interested in picking up those types of cards. And that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah, for sure.
It takes more handling, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So it has to be a card that's worth it.
Yeah.
If you got like box loaders that, are more rare, things like that, where you're getting a bigger chunk of money, that seems to make more sense.
Yep. Yeah, those can be frustrating sometimes, but you just got to make do with what you got. Baseball Curmudgeon is here. What's up, fellas?
Nice. How's it going? Welcome to the show. Missed a good one. We're almost done.
Yeah. Where are you? We're 2 hours in. And we didn't even go to any topics tonight. It was chat chaos tonight. You guys
chat
took
driven
over the show.
But that's exactly what we want. The reason we put up topics is because if we don't have enough chat activity, we want to have things that are going to generate chat. So if you guys have questions, you got comments, you got stuff you want to talk about, this show is specifically for that. If you're looking for specific topics or answers or questions to other things, that's where you want to go to our Discord. Link is right there. We have channels for all that stuff, and you're welcome to open discussions there as well. So if we don't get to something here that you were looking for, it's going to be there. But this is your time. We're here for 2 hours ish, And you guys got questions, stuff you want to talk about, we're here. We're here for that. We're here for you.
Yep. Oh, I forget how we got clarification on how to pronounce this. Is it Nakili?
I thought it was N.A. Kelly.
N.A. Kelly? Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we called you out, but
yeah.
How's Collects going for you? We talked about that a little bit earlier. Adam and I have different experiences, but we both get supplemental sales from there and whatnot. Adam does better on Whatnot than he does Collects, and I do better on Collects than I do on Whatnot. So we both were, less than 10% of our sales coming from there.
But, if you take your sales on one platform and you add 10%, that's still a good boost.
Yeah.
Because of the ease of listing on Collects, doing it through Car Dealer Pro and all that, no additional expense to do it, all that kind of thing. It makes sense. And their fees are cheaper. So, of that 10% boost you get in sales, you get to keep a little bit more of it too.
Yep.
So, yeah. It's going okay. It's not gangbusters. I feel like Collects is growing a little bit more and a little bit more. Adding in an easy list to Collects button was a great move. Yeah. On Car Dealer Pro, it made us sellers. We weren't really sellers on there before that. So I think that's a platform that has some room to grow, and if they make the buyer's experience better than what it is, because it's terrible right now, I think they'll really have something.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They've made it so easy to list to Whatnot and Collects. Like it's just a no-brainer, right? Like they'll accept practically anything in there. There's never any problems with the listing itself on there. The shipping is similar to eBay. They'll create a label for you and you just print it out and ship it. So I don't feel like I get any more messages from buyers on those, or complaints about anything than I do on eBay. The proportion seems less, if anything. So yeah, I mean, it's such an easy place to do business for little to no extra effort. Like, why wouldn't you sell out there?
Yeah, that's one thing I kind of like about Collects over eBay. There's still a lot of like old school people on eBay that don't know how things work.
Yeah.
And you get more questions that way. Whereas like if you're buying on Collects, you kind of know like how things work. And
yeah, I think
you know what I mean? So yeah, exactly. And more sophisticated, modern, familiar with the internet type collectors, versus, grandpa's still buying on eBay, and may struggle a little bit more with those types of transactions. So conversations on Collects are a little easier, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, anywhere you can sell your stuff, especially if it doesn't cost you anything to do it, it's kind of a no-brainer. Now, I should clarify that Collects charges you basically $10 a month if you buy the yearly subscription, but then you get a $10 credit. So essentially, it's free.
Yeah, that's a nice, sweet part of it too.
That will go away at some point. They're doing that to promote transactions and to get new sellers on and to sort of reward them for building the platform, if you will. And then at some point they're going to have to pull that because they'll want to make like actual money with it.
Yeah.
So
for sure. All right. For Max says he's made hundreds of thousands from his storage units. Units aren't a bad thing.
No, they're not. I just don't want one.
It's just one more thing to manage, right?
Yeah, and then I got to go out there to get stuff and that kind of thing. For my business model, it doesn't really benefit me to do it.
Right. And Max confirms Jessica Mendoza's been on Sunday Night Baseball for a few years. Says she's pretty solid too. Yeah, I think she does a good job as well. I like her.
Yeah, I have no idea who she is. So,
Boomslang says he thinks Pete's not eligible until 2027 now. Yeah, I think the vet votes are every couple of years or something like that. So
Yeah, because he just got eligibility last year, right? And it was after the vote or something. Yeah, so he can't get in until 27. I think that's correct.
let's see. Max has got a recommendation for a printer, I believe. Dymo 4XL. I beat the hell out of it since 2014 or so. Never had an issue, not one. Get what you pay for.
Yeah, my Gios was free. I've gotten every bit of it out of it that I could get. Yeah, I mean, you just have to, like, I think it's like most things, small electronics nowadays. You just have to find the one that works best for you and go with it. It doesn't have to be a brand name or anything major. You just got to find the one that works for what you're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. Lions Card says what Charlie is dealing with that printer is what my generation calls a skill issue. Nice.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but my generation. So clearly, he's younger than us. Is that?
It sounds like it. It sounds
Yeah.
like it.
I would think so.
Although I will say, my boys come down and use it, and they're like, "Why does this do this all the time?" So they didn't fix it either.
Yeah, I don't know. 0 problems on my side. So
Max says 100% Lions. You must be in the under 40 club.
Right, there you go.
I'm not what anyone would consider tech averse. Like, I'm typically helping people with their tech issues more often than I have my own. Adam.
My tech all works great, so yeah. I don't have anything to bring to the table on that one.
Yeah. All right. And I'm jumping ahead a little bit because we're nearing the end here and we're a little over our normal run. But Lions Card says the Pokemon is all eBay. The base stuff doesn't do great. It's the holographic shiny stuff you want.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think on some of the older stuff, that's not necessarily true, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not opposed to like selling my TCG stuff on eBay. I just think that TCG Player is a great place to also do business, and I'd like my TCG stuff there. So I might list of both, or all 4, I guess technically, because I would open another store on eBay for TCG. We're talking future plans here, okay? After second store is filled, I do that, and then on Car Dealer Pro, I could list to that store plus whatnot plus collects. Then I could download the CSV and upload it to TCG Player. That's probably what I'd do, because then I had to get all my TCG cards on 4 platforms, which would be pretty solid coverage.
Yeah, I looked at TCG as well, more so for I was doing a little One Piece for a while, and I just I kind of got off that train. I was excited for it, but then I was putting in a lot of time trying to sort it all out, the sets and what's desirable and what's not. And then I just said, I don't really need another channel that bad right now.
Right.
So I got off that train.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Max says, I'll let you sports guys struggle with what you do. What to do with your TCG stuff. It's entertaining.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it would just be an additional thing for me later on. So I would obviously have to put more work into it to know what I was really doing before I would commit to it. But just kind of speaking from outside, somebody said, "What's your future plans?" Well, nobody knows. Like, you're not going to have that all nailed down, and stuff will change anyway. So that's just sort of my off the cuff conversation about what I think would happen.
Susie says a bunch of base shitty Seahawks cards on the line.
I got you covered. I got a bunch of stuff from the break. I'll just throw them your way.
And she says -40. That is Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it's no joke. Like, it takes all the air out of your tires and your battery doesn't, turn over, it drains, and like it's just hell. Did you know, this is something I learned about HVAC this week? So I had to get a part replaced in my April air system. And so I started looking into the HVAC a little bit, the furnace. Okay. And furnaces, because they have to be, what do you want to call it? Efficient, because they're built to be efficient, right?
Okay.
So a
furnaces.
furnace is designed for its efficiency to be at 70 degrees difference max.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's 0 degrees out and you have your thermostat set at 70, that's about what your furnace can push. Okay.
Yeah.
So when it's negative 40 and you add 70 to it, you're going to get to what, 30 degrees?
That doesn't work though, because that's wind chill. That's absolute
okay.
temp that's for.
Right. Okay. So let's take the real temp. The real temp is what? Minus 20? We did get a minus 20.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So if you get minus 20 and you add 70 degrees to that, your house is going to get to, it's going to struggle to get much over 50 degrees. Because that furnace is doing everything it can at its peak performance, and you're at over that 70 degree mark. Now it's not like exactly 70, right? So if you had your house set at 65, it could probably get somewhere near there, pushing a little extra, but yeah, you're not going to hit 80 degrees inside your house if it's negative 20 outside. So anyway, fun fact.
Boomsline gives us all a reminder to hit that thumbs up. Well, let me do it with this one with my repaired thumb. Now that I can do this again,
you can play video games again.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, you got a video game thumb.
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah, appreciate that if you would. It does help us out. Lines Card says, yeah, vintage base is great. I'm talking 2018 onward stuff is very overprinted. Why get those on eBay when you can get them for 3 cents a piece on TCG Player, sort of thing. Yeah. And Max says only one place in his mind to sell TCG.
Yeah. And that's at card shows. That's at the GOAT card show. Right.
And we are through our chat, and we are at the 2 hours and 23 minutes mark.
That's crazy.
All from chat tonight. You guys put on a show tonight. So
you guys are rock stars.
Yeah. So
give yourself a hand.
There you go. Golf clap.
Each one of you can expect one shitty base Seahawks card in your mailbox as a thank you.
All right. So quick recap of what we covered tonight. We covered National Prep, Largent Autos. We talked authentication a little bit, hotel strategy, A-Rod and Pete Rose Hall of Fame chaos, Joe Buck opinions, Jack Buck. Jack Buck, nobody is saying anything bad about, just Joe.
No, Jack Buck is fine.
Non-sport dominance, broken printers, bad pack rip habits, and a Super Bowl nobody saw coming. I guess if that's not the hobby in a nutshell, I don't know what is. So we will catch you next week.
Yeah, stay tuned. Charlie's going to put out another podcast on Monday, right? That's your Monday launch?
Monday morning, yeah.
So watch Monday morning for a podcast. I'm going to continue to work on some sales day videos and a few other things. So look for more content. Please give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it to somebody you think might enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that you're notified when we go live. We'll send you a free reminder that we will be live in approximately 10 minutes after we say we're going to start. And let's see what else I was going to say. Oh, make sure you join the Discord. There's a little link coming across the bottom there. Jump in on that. That's free to join with lots of great information there. Sellers sharing different tips and experiences. And Charlie and I learn stuff on there every week. So if you learn anything from us, we're still learning ourselves. So everyone's got different things to share, and it's a great community for that.
And it's so cold in Green Bay that when Stu goes out to do his business, he says,
Yeah, I have this little dog who's only, I get a quick story. I get this little dog who's only been around for a couple of months, right? So this is his first exposure to any winter. And when you first get outside, it doesn't really feel that, you're like, "Oh, this is cold," but it's not like, doesn't destroy you and, right instantly. So he goes out in the yard and he's doing his normal things, and all of a sudden he just stops, like puts his arms straight out, and he just looks at me like, I'm gonna die out here. Like, I can't. I had to go out and rescue him. I had to go out there, pick him up, bring his ass into the house, cover him up. I ended up putting a sweatshirt on him. Now, to be fair, he's a short hair dog. He's about 20 pounds, and he has alopecia, so he has no hair on his belly. So about the worst combination of things you can have to be outside in negative 40 degrees. But
Right.
but yeah, I was like, wow. So he learned real quick after that. Like, I go out, I do stuff, and I go in. Yeah, not the time of year to be screwing around. So anyway, anything else you want to add? Do we forget
No,
anything?
I'm good. What do you got to say?
I gotta say, remember, you can't sell what you don't list. See y'all next week, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time.